I am impressed. The eye tracking is working perfectly. A little slow to focus, as I said. There's no dragonflies in through here, but I did. One of the cool things about having an endless buffer is if it had come in and done a dive right here in front of me, I would have been able to get it, and that's pretty awesome. But it didn't. It flew back off to the other side. Maybe there's more than one or two here. I have absolutely no idea. Canons. There's my thumbnail. This is a very old 70-300. Very old. It says macro, but I don't really think it's macro, and 1.5 feet, but I'm going to shoot a bunch of stuff. I'm going to let you guys check this out. Leave me comments down below. Tell me what you think. The bottom line, when you're shooting old stuff, well, I'll just hang on to my old stuff. It doesn't compare to the less expensive new stuff. It simply doesn't. These older lenses are great on the older bodies, but even on the newer bodies, there's just something. It's just not quite the same. The translation isn't there. You have a fantastic car from 40 years ago. Man, it's fun to take to shows. But as far as a daily driver and everything you're going to do with it, it's not as practical. So think of it in those terms. Not as good at gas mileage, all that stuff. Okay, this is the start of my video. Let me go back to the original start because I had to get my thumbnail and I just had to throw that in there. So let's go back to the beginning. So my question to you guys is, does your gear make a difference? And for the most part, yes it does. The new cameras and the new camera bodies and the new lenses, even the inexpensive ones, are just phenomenal. You do get what you are paying for, and in some cases, like with Canon and their inexpensive stuff, you get more. I have an R50, which is their little full frame, and an RF 100 to 400. It's a rental that should be here Tuesday, I think it is. So I'll be shooting that for 5 days. I really want to try that for video because the video is supposed to be phenomenal on that. And I will be trying it with one of my older L lenses that I love so much. I may have rented a video lens too. But let me take you into this video because I was here before. And then I'll end it by telling you, yes, your gear does make a difference. Check this out. JonnyPink. Yes, I'm sitting in the shade here, and some dappled shade and sun. A week ago, it was a couple of days ago. Let me back up even farther. One day I was at the beach. Really odd thing. A woman, she says, "Hey, are you with this group? Do you think anyone would be interested in some old camera gear?" I said, "Well, I'm not with this group. I actually am here on my own. What do you have?" She says, "Well, I have some old Canon stuff." So she pulled it out and I looked at it. Canon 60D, a Tamron 150 to 600, a 24 to 300 I think it is, and another short little lens, and like a point and shoot. It's very, very old stuff. And I said, "Well, what do you want for it?" And she says, "We don't use it. It's old. I just want it out of my house." I said, "Okay, cool. I'll take it if you're just giving it away." I said, "Do you want your bag back?" She said, "No, I don't even want the bag." Fair enough. So I figured, okay, I'm going to take out the 150 to 600 Tamron and I'll adapt it to the R7 is what I was going out with. And also the other one, I think it was a 24 to 300, so I could do some wildlife out here. And as I always say, I haven't looked at any of the images, but I know with what I currently have, any of my 100 to 500 or the 200 to 800, my 600 f4, even my older 100 to 400, they're all amazing lenses. And they work well on all of my camera bodies. The pictures are terrible. So I shot this whole sequence not knowing what it was going to look like. The funny thing is, the video quality is phenomenal. To answer my earlier question, does your gear make a difference? Yeah, I think I asked that question. If not, we'll start it right here. But yeah, your gear does make a difference. The older stuff, some older stuff will adapt fine to the new stuff, some will not. I had trouble with my older Nikon lens, my favorite one, on the new Z bodies. It adapted fine until there was an update, and then it no longer adapted, which was a problem for me. Cabbage whites, I have some fiery skippers, let's start this all over again. I didn't see where it landed, but I also did get the grasshopper, and those are the things that I love shooting, the little things. So now that it is warm and it's summertime, they'll all be back out. JonnyPink, thank you again so much for letting me share with you guys. Please, the only thing I ever ask is that you just give it a thumbs up. I love the comments. I take a little bit of time sometimes to get to them, especially right now. When I'm sitting at my computer, I am working on my next, what I call a crapster piece, because it's the music that I'm writing for me. I put it out on Spotify. It goes out to all the streaming stations, so you can download it there. But I write these songs for me, and no one's going to buy them. Only you guys might listen to them if you pull them up. But I love listening to them. And so I've written music for me. My musical days of pursuing that as a career and hoping that for residuals and this and that, I make more on Spotify than I ever made with ASCAP, and I still make with ASCAP. So when I say I make a lot, maybe $30. That's it. JonnyPink, again, thank you so much. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you out here. We'll see you. Does your gear make a difference? Yes, your gear does make a difference.